The father of a Virginia news reporter who was shot and killed on live television is running for Congress. Andy Parker lost his daughter Allison nearly 7 years ago when a former station employee shot her and a cameraman while she was reporting on the air. Ever since then, Parker has been an outspoken gun control advocate. He's also calling for social media reform because of the years he spent fighting to get videos of his daughter's murder taken off the internet.
What I didn't realize was that horrible day was only the beginning of a years-long fight. The video of my daughter's murder started showing up on Facebook and YouTube. Her last moments were watched by strangers literally millions of times. I kept asking that the videos be removed, but the tech companies kept ignoring me, and the videos kept being uploaded over and over again.
Such a huge problem. Now, the district Parker is running in is currently represented by Republican Bob Good, a fierce gun rights supporter who also voted to overturn the 2020 election results. Good also embraces Trump's big lie that the election was stolen. Of course, it wasn't. Andy Parker joins me now. Andy, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. We should say that Bob Good has agreed to join us on this program next week. We'll see if that happens. But first, though, why did you decide now is the time to run for Congress?
Well, Jim, it's great to be with you. As you just pointed out, I've been fighting Google and Facebook to get the videos of Allison's murder removed for years. And 2 years ago, we filed a complaint with the FTC against Google. Didn't really get anywhere with that. Limited success. A few videos came down, but that was about it. And so this past October, we filed a complaint with the FTC against Facebook the week after Frances Haugen, the Facebook whistleblower, essentially confirmed everything that I'd been saying, validated everything that I'd been saying over the years, that these platforms profit from violence, from graphic content, from Allison's murder. And I couldn't let that stand. And I thought, this is as far as I can take this as a private citizen. So the next step would be to take it to Congress. And if I can get to Congress, I can champion this issue. And I'm not doing this just for me. I happen to be probably the most visible face of it, but there are thousands of people that have suffered abuse, and I've heard from people since I made my announcement. So I'm not doing it just for me, I'm doing it for everyone, because these platforms, they glorify violence, they subject our kids to bullying and pornography, spread lies and conspiracy theories that clearly we see it's tearing our country apart. And they have zero accuracy.
Yeah, it's just nonstop. And you've referred to your Republican rival, Bob Good, as the Marjorie Taylor Greene of Virginia. He gave us this statement in regards to you running. He says, "I've done what I said I would do when first running for Congress in 2020. I've been fighting on the front line, fighting for our nation's founding principles against the Democrats' radical leftist agenda." What is your response to some of that in terms of what Congressman Good is saying? I mean, he is essentially flexing his Trump bona fides there in your part of Virginia. That is going to be a challenge for you.
It is, but I think that there are enough, perhaps former Republican or Republicans like Liz Cheney in the district that have perhaps buyer's remorse. And in fact, I quote often when I'm talking to potential contributors that there was an article in the Washington Post not too long ago that did a profile on Good. And one lady they quoted said, I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative, I voted for Bob Good in 2020, I'm not doing it again. So I think there are enough of those people out there that are tired of the clown act. Listen, this guy, every time he sets foot in the Capitol building, he desecrates it with his presence. And I want to restore decency and integrity to the office and, do things for the district, like industrial site build-outs and chip manufacturing and data centers. I mean, he never talks about that. He's a culture warrior in the vein of Donald Trump. And as you have so aptly put it, he's a member of the Freak Show caucus. I think that's a very appropriate description. I call it the treason caucus too.
Well, we're inviting Congressman Good if he wants to come on. He's welcome to come on this program. But let me ask you this. You know that Republicans in Virginia have been successful in recent months. The new governor there, Glenn Youngkin, is facing, though, some pretty swift backlash after he put in place this tip line, or as some are calling it, a snitch line for parents to report divisive subjects that are taught in classrooms, like critical race theory, even though you don't see critical race theory taught in Virginia schools. Some people are just anything that makes kids uncomfortable about our civil rights history, our history of slavery, and so on. They're calling that critical race theory. What is your response to this controversy that's bubbled up about this tip line that's been put in there?
Well, it's crazy. You know, they're creating an issue that doesn't exist. But that's what these guys do. I mean, they create this brouhaha about critical race theory. You know, Bob Good goes into schools and, you know, is in school board meetings encouraging people don't wear masks. Tells the kids. I mean, he actually was recorded telling kids to defy your principal, don't wear masks. And this is the kind of rhetoric and behavior that encourages people like this woman that showed up at the Loudoun County School Board and says she's going to bring guns. I mean, it's dangerous, extreme rhetoric, and it has nothing to do. It's poisoning our country, and it's not doing anything for the citizens of the 5th District of Virginia or Americans in general.
All right, Andy Parker, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll keep an eye on that race. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jim.
And now here is Christine Romans with your Before the Bell report. Hi, Christine.